Hello, everyone. My name is Tawana Russell Craig, and welcome to my Pivot with Purpose podcast. I am a transformational speaker and a transformational coach. And usually I post my videos on Sundays, and so happened today is Mother's Day. So I wanted to say Happy Mother's Day to all of the mommies out there. Whether or not you birthed the child or they were born in your heart, Happy Mother's Day. I also wanted to say have a super terrific, amazing day on purpose because I'll be watching. Because we support those who believe they could but struggle with if they should. And the transformation will be televised. Let's jump into this. So, today I was trying to figure out what can I speak about that will be regarding pivoting with purpose as also with transformation. And so, because it was Mother's Day, I wanted to make sure that I honored all the mothers out there and some of the things that we as moms may have been dealing with. And transformation doesn't always have to be something that comes from tragedy, right? Transformation could be something that's, very simple or something that's really big. And so, one of my things that I wanted to share as something that I had to deal with as a mom was my empty nesting. Right? My son was going off to college. I was excited about that. Who isn't, right? When your child gets into college and they're pursuing higher education. So I was excited about that. And up into the time where we were driving to Texas because he went to Prairie View, shout out to HBCU. I was excited about that. Going down the road, we had a really good road trip, getting him there. But that last day, when we had him set up in his dorm, and I actually had to walk away or drive away and leave my child who had been part of me for 18 years was the hardest thing that I had to do as part of transformation. So that was bittersweet, right? So I had always teased him and I would always say, oh, I can't wait till you're 18. I'm taking a month-long cruise. I'm going to pay the bills up for a month and I'm out of here, right? This is what I used to joke with him about because I figured I had done my part, right? But we always know that mothering never ends, right? It doesn't matter how old our children are. We're always going to be there for them. So when I had to leave him, I had to laugh at myself and say, yeah, what happened to that going away for 30 days and leaving him by himself because you had done your part, right? So that was part of a transformation that I went through. But I had to decide that I had to start doing things differently, right? So I left him there. I came back home to the life that I had without him in my space. And so I had to start doing things that didn't include him. There was no more football games on Fridays. There was no more dances that I had to drop him off at. There was no more date nights with him and his girlfriend. There was just so much things that I had gotten accustomed to. But I made it. I'm here now 13 years later. He graduated in 2010. So 13 years later, we have the best relationship. I was talking to him this morning and we had a conversation, and this is part of transformation because, he has his own life and he has his girlfriend that they do things with. She has her mom, he has me, and they both want to honor us. And we spend time together as a group family with her mom, me, and him and their families, and they come here. And then this year they had tickets to the Dodger game, and of course he said, Mom, you want to go? I love the Dodgers, I want them to win, but I don't want to spend Mother's Day at the Dodger game. And he was not going to go because he felt it's Mother's Day and he should be spending Mother's Day with me, right? So I told him that I appreciated that, but he needed to go to the Dodger game because I know he likes going to the Dodger game. And this is something, she's not with her mom today either. And so I told him, I said, no, go ahead and go. I know that you love me. Right? I know that we will spend time together. We can celebrate Mother's Day on other days. We do things different together all the time. So not spending this particular day together is okay. See, I'm the type of person that my birthday doesn't end until the last present gets here, right? Or the last celebration stops. So what I explained to him is that we can go out to lunch, we can go out to dinner, we can do whatever. But that hour-long conversation with him was good for me. And I'll be spending time with my family, with my other family, my sisters and their children. So I'm always going to have something to do because we are that type of family. So I wanted to encourage the moms out there who may be going through empty nesting or going through situations where their sons or daughters have started doing things a little differently, okay? Because that's what we raised them to do, right? You know, we raised them to be independent. And so that's a reflection of you. That means that you've done a good job, Mom. You've done an excellent job, Mom, because they're thinking about you, but they're also living the life that you have raised them to do. So kudos to you, Mom, for being the best mom that you knew how to do. You knew how to be. Now, of course, we made mistakes along the way, and that's okay too. So that was one of the transformations that I had to deal with and made it through, because I had to start doing things. I had to pivot, but I had to pivot with a purpose, right? So another thing was some of us have lost our moms. I lost my mom 3 years ago. Does not get easier. But you do things differently when your moms are not here, right? So my mom is no longer here, but there are little signs of her. You know, there are little things that she instilled in me, you know? And so there was a transformation that I had to make where, you know, calling her every day. I had it in my phone, make sure at 9 o'clock, my phone would beep and it'll say, call your mom. At 9 o'clock, my phone beeps because I just couldn't take that out yet. Okay. So, but I miss my mom, but I also had to do a transformation with that. I had to start doing things differently when it came to my Mother's Day and celebrating my mom. Right. So, my son makes sure that I'm always okay. My family makes sure that we're always okay because I have siblings and I know that they're missing our mom as well. But again, there are things that you have to do when there's a loved one that you've lost, right? That was so important to you. So some of you may be dealing with that today. And so I will say I'm going to pray for all the moms who have lost their mothers or who have lost someone that was a mother figure to them. And you're really having a hard time dealing with that today. Know that you are not alone. Know that there is someone out there that you can talk to. I always talk about accountability partners. I always talk about getting you a girlfriend's tribe. I always talk about getting someone to go along with you on this journey, because God did not create us to be here alone. He didn't create us to be here alone. So I'm going to encourage you to find somebody that you can get on this journey with. You're not the only one that's going through this. So find somebody, find you a group. There's groups out there. There are people out there that are willing to help. The transformation, like I said, doesn't always have to be a tragedy, and it could be good. Ladies, can I tell you, I am having, or gentlemen, whoever's listening to this, I am having the best time of my life. And you guys are on this journey with me. And if you stay on this journey with me, I'm going to take you back to the beginning of that little girl with the childhood trauma that's sitting here right now, that didn't know how to express that childhood trauma, that went to therapy and didn't know about mental and emotional abuse. And talking to my therapist and her saying, yeah, that's kind of what that is. Not from the childhood trauma. This is as an adult. Childhood trauma was something totally different. And I'm going to do a podcast on that. But I kind of want you to understand that there are different types of transition. I had to transition from that little girl who was hurt when she was young. I had to transition from that little girl who carried that with her all those years and didn't tell her mother until she was 22. And then transition into a broken marriage, and just a lot of ick, right? friendships that came and gone. But that's another thing. I want to encourage you mothers today. So happy Mother's Day. I want you guys to go out there and have y'all self a ball. Okay? If you don't want to cook, don't cook. Let me tell you what we having today. Barbecue. Guess who didn't have to cook? Guess who have adult nieces and nephews? Guess who took care of everything? So me and my sisters, we're going to show up. And we're going to sit in the backyard in the lawn chairs, and we're going to enjoy those littles that's going to run around there today. We're going to enjoy the adults who have decided that they were going to take care of it, and we didn't have to do a thing but show up. Transformation, baby. Transformation. Because I remember when I was that girl having to plan it all. But God said, enough. It's time for you to enjoy. And yeah, I do. I step in sometimes because that's just who I am. But I am so grateful that He has given me the family that I have, and my extended family that I have, my friends that I have. So I'm not going to make this long. It may be too long for some people, but just know that I am here. If you want to ever reach out to me, feel free to do that. Again, I said I am a transformational speaker as well as a transformational coach. And for ladies, I want you to have a great day. I want you to enjoy this day. And if it's time for you to pivot, make sure you're pivoting with purpose. And make sure you let your transformation be televised. Have a super terrific, amazing day on purpose, because I'll be watching. Why? Because we support those who believe they could, but struggle with if they should. I'm going to see y'all later. Take care. Be blessed. Have an amazing day.